What's up, guys? There's this video that's being pushed by the so-called YouTube algorithm. You've probably seen it yourself. It's called, "It took me 30 years to realize what I'll tell you in 10 minutes. It was recommended to me. People emailed me to review it." Sometimes YouTube pushes these small random channels, but it looks like it may be interesting to review it.
What if I told you that the thing that you're desperately chasing, the perfect body, fame, success, more money...
Fame. You would be famous if you did something outstanding, but usually you're going to be famous because of the way you look like. That's how it is with all of the actors, musicians. Yeah, if you make so-called outstanding music, you will still be famous no matter how you look like, but usually it's not even you making the music. It's the people behind the scenes. Success, same thing really. You're going to be successful mostly because of the way you look like. It's just how nature works. Money doesn't even exist, but whatever. Perfect body, same thing really. The 3 points are really the same.
Isn't actually what you want.
It is what you naturally want. It doesn't matter what kind of an animal you are. Every animal wants to be well developed, healthy, nourished. It's all the same at the end of the day.
Spent 30 years figuring this out, and I'm going to save you decades of time, frustration and suffering in the next 10 minutes. We all do this. We all tell ourselves, I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I lose weight. I'll be happy when I get the promotion.
Well, you would be at least filled with more joy if you would lose the weight, obviously. Not only because of your looks, but because you will feel better. It depends on how overweight you are, but carrying around too much weight is of course not very pleasurable. And a promotion? No, a promotion is nothing. Yeah, if she's gonna say that's nothing, that's true. It doesn't even exist. It's just some idea in your head. Somebody tells you, you now have a higher rank in this job. Then you put on different clothes and imagine in your head, oh, I have a higher rank. Oh, he gave me the symbol. I am now number 2 instead of number 1. I have a higher rank in my head. In reality, you're nothing, nobody. There is no promotion because jobs don't even exist.
I'll be happy when I have a partner. I'll finally be respected when I'm successful. But
well, we'll see what she will say about the partner. She will probably say more about it.
Here's the truth I wish I had have known earlier. Hi, I'm Maggie. Welcome to my channel. So this is embarrassing to admit, but I used to want to be famous. Like I really wanted it. Ever since I was 12.
A lot of people grow up wanting to be famous. It's just brainwashing because there's no such thing in nature. You can have a so-called status in your family, and the highest status will probably be given to the guy, or naturally, not even given, it's just naturally what happens. The oldest man, usually, the wisest one.
And I had my first role in the school play. I got attention, I got accolades, and I thought, this is pretty good, I want this. And like many, many actors, it came from a deep place of unworthiness. You know, like
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's an insecurity. It's because you feel like you're not good enough. And that's just based on your biology. And then you just want to become famous, get this kind of attention any other way. It's kind of what Andrew Tate talks about in his videos, except that he doesn't understand really what he's saying, because he says that no matter how you look like facially, how short you are, as a man, all that you need is to be funny, have confidence, and become rich. This is the same kind of thing. You feel like you're not worthy of the attention of women, and then you can instead become rich. And there is no such thing as being rich because money doesn't exist. Or you can become famous, and then women will be after you. Women would be more so after you if you would be famous, not because they would be after you actually. They would just want to be in the spotlight together with you. They would basically use you the same way they would use you if you become rich. If they see that you live in a villa, they want to live in that villa also. They don't actually care about you. So there's no way around it, because there's no way around nature. There's no way around your biology.
a lot of kids, I felt overlooked, not seen, not special. And so acting gave me that moment of attention, that moment to shine.
Yeah, but the reason you did not get the attention like the other girls did is because the other girls were better looking than you, and that's why you thought I need to get the attention some other way. Is that not what this is really about?
It was something that people said that I was good at. So I thought to myself, in my little child brain, if I get famous, then everyone will like me, then life will work out, then I'll be happy. I chased that dream for years. The auditions, the rejections, the small wins, always thinking the next role would be the one that made me feel complete. But here's what I've learned. I'm worthy right now, and you're worthy right now. We're worthy because we exist. We've all heard this.
Okay. How do you define worthy exactly? You simply exist and you're worthy. I've never heard this kind of a definition before by anybody. It doesn't even make any sense. What kind of logical conclusions can you come to from this? You just exist and you're worthy. We'll see what she says. It doesn't make any sense.
Stories, the Jim Carreys of the world, who say that once they became famous, they felt empty and hollow inside. Why? Because they're chasing the wrong thing. They weren't actually seeking fame, they were seeking love, validation, and acceptance.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I meant. So she does get it. But how do you get love? Love is literally when two human beings are attracted to each other biochemically. It's because of how beautiful they see each other. They find something about each other attractive, whatever it is. If you're super desperate, maybe you will just go with anybody, but that's not actually love. You really need to find something, especially genetically attractive about somebody, and then you will want to reproduce with them. And that's what love is. You can't get that by simply existing, which is, I think, what she meant. Validation, really the same thing. Yeah. Acceptance, again, acceptance by your loved one, acceptance by anybody who's around you in school, in your workplace. The better looking you are, the better developed you are as a biological being, the more you will be accepted, the more people will want to be around you and so on.
Things that they could have given themselves all along. Things that I...
Yeah, but you can't give yourself love. You can accept yourself, pretty much. Just accept the way you are and make the best out of your life. Yeah, that's good. But you can't love yourself. I know that this is what they want you to believe nowadays, all of these spiritual people, yeah, activating my chakras, I talk to the trees and so on.
Could have given myself all along. Another example from my life is that I thought that no one would love me unless I was thin. Any relationship that didn't work.
Well, what does she mean by thin? A thin body, especially on a woman, a guy also, does not look attractive. Well, depends on how you define it. Thin as in just normal looking? Yeah, sure, but not skinny, right?
I would think it was because I wasn't thin enough or pretty enough. This belief controlled every facet of my life. I was absolutely obsessed with it. And guess what? I did get thin and I did find love. And now...
Yeah, but as far as your face goes, it stays the way it is. Not saying that she's bad looking or anything. She's older now anyway. Not even gonna try to judge her. How do you not understand that relationships are in the first place based on looks?
I'm 7 years into that relationship with my dream partner, who is literally everything I've ever wanted. And
you're 7 years into a relationship, but you're what, in your 60s already? Maybe late 50s? You're not having any children anymore, which means that you got together with him, likely after your menopause. And that's all cool. I'm not saying anything against it. It's great that she's together with this great guy. I just don't really get how you try to convince people that you're fine now if you didn't even have any children, no family. Maybe she did, but then they don't have a father, or they live with a father, or who knows what. Let's just assume that she doesn't have children, because unless she mentions them, she doesn't. Because if you're talking about happiness and joy and how your life is going, you mention your children within the first minute usually. You would say, here are my children, and they really fulfilled my life. If she doesn't mention them, we can very strongly assume that she doesn't have children. My point is simply that if she's now in her 50s, 60s, whatever, and she's in a 7-year relationship, then she never had children. And now she tries to make you believe that everything is all good, and she now at last accepts herself and the way her life is, that doesn't make any sense.
As you do when you're in relationships, sometimes you let yourself go a little bit, and I gained some weight. And it still was an obsession in this relationship, even though I had love, do have love.
Really, it doesn't matter much. As long as your weight is somewhere around a so-called normal weight, no guy on earth and no girl on earth is going to leave you because you lose or gain a little bit of weight. Unless you become severely obese or super skinny to the bone.
Right now. But I had this realization. What I really wanted wasn't the perfect body or the perfect relationship. What I wanted was my own love. To feel love for myself.
Oh. That's the kind of video this is. Wow, great.
To approve of myself, to deeply accept myself as I am. No matter what I weigh, no matter what I look like, to be okay no matter what.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, but you can't really love yourself. Oh, I guess I know what she means, but is that really how we define love in English? You could say that you accept yourself. Yeah, that's fine.
And I could have given myself that a long time ago as well. Think about it. How many times have you chased a goal, achieved the goal, and then felt happy for a minute or two, and then you're on to the next goal?
Yeah, but that's because you're chasing goals such as trying to become a famous actor, and then you go from one theater to another or some kind of audition, and then you're full of joy for some seconds or a minute because you may get the chance. They say it's pretty likely that they will take you, and then maybe they don't. This is all garbage. It's artificial. You're chasing some kind of roles which don't even exist. You're living in the matrix. It's a fake life. It's not what a natural life is about whatsoever. That's really what she's talking about. But when you're doing what you're naturally supposed to do, then everything that you achieve actually makes you happy. When you achieve having children, it actually does literally make you happy. You actually feel successful. And you actually feel love towards children, and the children feel true love towards you. Whereas if you want to get love from your colleagues and whatever kind of garbage or some kind of joy out of your work, having a promotion, yeah, it's all fake because most of this doesn't even exist. It's all in your head, totally delusional, going through the matrix your whole life. But achieving something natural, hunting an animal, eating its organs, drinking its blood, that's what will make you happy because it's real and it's what you're naturally supposed to do.
Then you felt that dissatisfaction, that itch, that urge to achieve something else. You know, I work with the elderly. I'm a podiatrist, and most of my patients are over 70, a lot of them well over 80, over 90, and I've even got some over 100. They'll say, I look in the mirror, I don't recognize that old lady, so I just keep walking. You know, they never stop growing. They've got purpose, whether it's gardening or traveling. Some of them are doing crazy things. Like I had this patient who's like 85 or something, and she jumped out of a plane. These patients are so inspiring. There's really something about them. They tend to be really joyful and really content and really accepting.
Yeah, but a lot of it also has to do with you not caring anymore about how people see you. You don't need to attract anybody anymore. That's why people are obsessed with it nowadays. And then, of course, you also don't have any jobs. That also really frees you. You have nowhere to go in the morning, nobody to answer to. But that's how it should be naturally anyway. That's why a lot of these people really feel a lot more free, even though they are still in the system. The lives are different. Of course, most people get pretty sick nowadays because of their diets in their 70s and 80s. But technically, elderly people are living a more natural life.
Complaining about her wrinkles because her 70-year-old daughter-in-law has lovely skin, and she was envious of that skin and wanting to get the $12 skincare product moisturizer that her daughter-in-law has. And I'm like, you're 92. I have so many patients who'll say, how old do you think I am? This obsession with what we look like externally doesn't stop unless you choose to stop it.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. Well, it's not that easy to just choose to stop it, but she's right. This is a huge problem because in nature, you basically never see yourself. I know that you could see a very vague image of yourself in the water if you kneel down, sort of, go on your knees. But nobody would even want to do that anyway. Nobody really has the interest in nature to look at themselves, because you're surviving, you're just living your life. You just look the way you look, and the way people treat you already will tell you how you look like. If they smile at you, you see that they are attracted to you, you already know. It's all fine. You don't think about how you literally look like. You may have earth all over your skin and whatever, and nobody cares really about any of that. Nowadays, we're completely obsessed all the time because of the media, especially social media, and we have mirrors all around us. Yeah, for sure. It's just a system we live in. If you would move out into nature, you would pretty much forget about all of that. That doesn't mean that your looks are not important. Obviously, it will still define how your life goes. I'm talking about actually obsessing over the way you look like. In nature, your looks would also define a large part of your life, but you would never look at the way you look like. You would just know the way you look like. You wouldn't really do anything about it. It would just be the way it would be, and that's it. So that's the big difference.
When you can look at your middle-aged body and go, yes, my body is changing, but I still love it. When you can walk into a party and not be thinking, what will people think of me, but be thinking, I'm curious, who's here? Who can I meet? What can I learn today? That's what real confidence looks like. Not the fake kind when you're seeking validation, where you're putting photos of yourself on Instagram to make it look like you have a wonderful life. Real confidence is when external things don't get to you anymore.
Yeah, okay. Actually, this was a super good point. She's exactly right. That's what confidence is. That's what that girl from Ukraine was talking about, the one that I reviewed, the pretty one. Yeah, truly confident people just don't care what others have to say about them, because at the end of the day, you still have to live your life. What does it matter, right? People, because I make videos, for example, online, could think that I'm the worst guy on earth, or they could think that I'm God, I'm Jesus, and they would worship me. What does it matter? It's just some stupid comments, even if it would be in real life. And what does it change? What people think about you, right? And there's a difference between thinking and in real life actually doing something to somebody. If people really love you or hate you, they would, of course, physically do something to you. It could be very good or bad for you, but I'm talking about just about the thoughts of people thinking something about you. Irrelevant, right? You go outside, you do whatever you want. Okay, you do something, for example, like I used to eat a lot of raw meat when I lived in Germany on the train, or wherever I would go, I would just eat raw meat. I would just eat raw wild boar heart in the train. And then the kids and the parents would look at me, okay, so I don't give a fuck. So I'm eating what I'm naturally supposed to eat. What the fuck does it change to me what they think about me? Yeah, that's what confidence is. It doesn't fucking matter what they think about you. Again, big difference, especially online. What people say about you, it's irrelevant. You still have to live your life. It changes nothing in your life. What they would do to you in real life, yeah, that's a different thing. Not that I was afraid that somebody would do something to me. Yeah, there's a big difference, of course, between that. But what she's saying is right. That's exactly what confidence really is. You're confident in the way you are, and that's not so easy, of course. But if you approve of yourself, if you accept yourself, and you know that what you're doing in your life is good, yeah, it's all cool. And then you just fly through life.
Where you're not walking around getting offended, taking things personally, or being triggered.
Yeah, because you would be offended by something that you would not like about yourself, for example. But if you accept yourself, pretty much nobody is perfect today because nobody lives naturally. Everybody has some kind of deformity, some form of degeneration. But you just accept it. Yeah, so I'm not as tall as the guy next to me. Yeah, so that's just how tall I am. Or whatever. It just is the way it is. What the fuck are you going to do about it?
I had an experience recently with my YouTube channel, which I really, really want to grow. I love it so much. I genuinely love YouTube. So now's probably good.
Hey, maybe that sentence pushed her video. Maybe I should say that. Oh yeah, because I always talk about the censorship on YouTube. I should just start my video saying, hey guys, I love YouTube. I really, really want to grow this channel. Hello. Hopefully the AI hears what I'm saying.
Good time to ask you to like and subscribe and maybe comment if you're enjoying this video. But yes, recently I released a video and it did really well. It's at 33,000 views, which is huge.
Oh wow, and then this one blew up like crazy. Good for you. That's how it is. when you say nothing of real substance, to be fair, this video isn't that bad, the end part anyway, then YouTube pushes you. I remember seeing this video of this girl who moved to Hong Kong or something, and she said why you should not move to UK or whatever, why you should move out of the UK. And then I thought that she's going to say the obvious, but I thought, what, on YouTube? No, it's not allowed. You know what I'm talking about, what's happening in the UK. What is the biggest problem in the UK right now? I'm going to say it on YouTube, obviously. And then I watched the video. It was like a 20-minute video. It was just talking about how it's hard to get a job in the UK. Like totally not even talking about the biggest problem and probably the reason why she even moved out of the UK. So that's the kind of videos that YouTube pushes. This kind of garbage that really doesn't matter. And you can't see anything really that interesting on here. And if you can, then you always have to talk in a coded language.
For me, very, very exciting. It's what I always wanted. And then something interesting happened. Fear began to creep in a little bit. I started to get a little worried about the next video. What if it doesn't do so well? What if it was a one-hit wonder? What if I can't replicate that success? I had forgotten the whole point. The whole point is to grow.
No, man, the whole thing is that you never gave up on this dream to become famous. That's why you made the YouTube channel. Realistically, you didn't make it just to make one video saying that it's all not important. It's really actually funny that you're here trying to get popular on YouTube again. Realistically, that's what's going on here. You never really got over this issue.
Is to serve, is to evolve. It's to add value to people through my videos. It's not to go viral. Of course, I would love my videos to do well, but...
Yeah, but then why do you talk about it so much? It's clear that it's important to you. And if you would have a million subscribers, you would be super happy, which would be fake happiness.
You take your first step and you've got your backpack and then you travel along and there's dragons you got to slay and then there's things you got to overcome, obstacles.
Hey, what do you think? Totally off topic, but were dragons real or not? Let me know in the comments.
Scary forests, old man with a crystal ball, all these things. That is the hero's journey and that is life. The journey is the destination. It's not getting to the peak of the mountain. Although that is nice, once you're there, then there's another mountain, and then there's another mountain, and then there's another mountain. Thank God.
Yeah, but the only journey you should be on should be the natural journey. Everything else is garbage, such as climbing a mountain. Yeah, and you climb a mountain. Some people die doing it, so what? It's stupid. I have zero respect for people who do that. I have actual real disrespect for people, because you're just so far gone from nature. Nobody would ever do that naturally. It's just a stupid modern thing that people do, but then afterwards you need to go to another mountain because it's not fulfilling, because nothing unnatural is fulfilling, it's dumb.
There's another mountain. So here's what it took me 30 years to understand. You can have everything you want right now. Because
What the hell? I have a video with this title. Wasn't it literally the same title? You can have everything you need right now. Pretty much, it was almost pretty much the same. It was a completely different video, but she's right. People don't realize that actually you can have everything you need right now in this moment. I explain it in the video in detail, but it's basically just about you realizing that, for example, if you want to have children, you think, oh, I can't have children in this moment right now. Actually, when you are in this journey, so to speak, it's just your mental state, right? When you know that you're gonna have children, it's as if you already have children because you're on the right path, journey. So it's exactly the same. Maybe that's exactly what she means. It's very interesting that she mentioned that. And then it doesn't matter that it takes 9 months for the child to be created. As long as you're on the right path already and you know what you want and you're doing everything to do that, you already feel like you have it right now. So yeah, literally everything that you need naturally, you can have it right now.
Thing you think you want is because it's going to give you a feeling. It's going to give you a feeling of being loved, accepted, validated, enough, approved of, all the things. You're actually searching for that feeling and you can give yourself that feeling right here, right now. You want to feel worthy? Give yourself permission to feel worthy right now. And you're so worthy. You're so worthy. You're worthy because you exist. You're an asset.
Okay, it's not really what I talked about in my video. To be able to just feel worthy because you exist, that still doesn't make any sense.
It's about growing until we take our last breath. It's about evolving and trying things out and being the best we can be. You know, every time we try something new, we step out of our comfort zone, new doors open, new opportunities appear. It is amazing what can happen when you get into your discomfort zone. It really is a hero.
Oh my God, this discomfort zone, so horrible. That again is against nature. What you need to do is be in your comfort zone, which is in your natural zone, and only then you will be happy. Whenever you are in a discomfortable situation, you will always feel unhappy because it's discomfortable, which is bad. When you feel bad, you don't feel happy, you don't feel joyful. Then you want to get out of that. Once you're out of it, you feel good again. Such as when you exercise, it feels horrible, everybody on earth hates it, and when you stop, you feel good again because you're in your comfort zone again, which is not exercising. That's just one simple example. What she also said before really reminds me of another video of mine. It's pretty interesting, which I also made just a few months ago, about the number one advice that I would give to people on this earth. It's essentially just about doing everything right now. It's similar to how you can have everything right now, but it's just about really knowing what you need to do, which is what you naturally need to do, which she doesn't talk about. She just says, whatever. Or if somebody thinks and is brainwashed that they need to get a promotion or a career, okay, she already mentioned the promotion, but some new car, whatever kind of garbage, that's not going to do anything to you. So if you decide that you want it right now and you do it, it doesn't matter. It's still nonsense. But if you do what you naturally need to do right now and you realize how important it is, how that's truly what's going to make you happy, yeah, then great. Then it would be great advice. But she just says whatever. And when you're so severely brainwashed, it doesn't really work. You need to teach people to tap into their natural instinct and then tell them that they need to do what they want to do. If you just straight up tell people, do what you want to do, they will just think, okay, I'll just go and eat chocolate and bread.
Rose journey. I'm so excited by life. Every year that I look back on the last year and think, oh God, that wasn't a good look, oh, how embarrassing. That's a good thing. That shows that I'm now in a position where I can do better than I did then. And I hope to live that way for the rest of my life. Thank you so much for watching. Much love. See you in the next video.
Okay, overall, this was really not such a bad video. Especially the end. At the beginning, I thought it's just some woman rambling about spiritual nonsense, as they oftentimes do nowadays on YouTube. But at least she said that you can have everything that you need right now. The thing about feeling worthy just because you exist doesn't make sense. Better just be real to them and explain to them that it's not going to be so easy for you in life sometimes. Yeah, some people have a much easier life than others, of course. It doesn't take a genius to realize that. You know this because that's just what you see all around you. Whether you experienced it or you see it secondhand, you still know that this is the truth. It's just a very simple observation of how nature works. That's why talking about all of this, that you can have everything that you need right now and so on, is good. In general, this is true, but if you don't talk about nature and how nature works, how your life should naturally be, what you should naturally do, then it's not really gonna help people very much. You will just think, okay, then I will just do what I need to do now. But what I need to do now is what I've been brainwashed to believe my whole life. You will do that, and then you will still go on to the next thing. Like she said, climb one mountain, then go on to the next mountain. I think that that's how she believes life is. It's just you doing all of this meaningless stuff. It never fulfills you, and then you go on to the next. The reason you go on to the next is because it never fulfilled you in the first place. You have children, it fulfills you. Yeah, you want to have more children, of course, but all of them fulfill you more or less the same way. And if you hunt an animal, you drink the blood, you eat the raw organs, the liver, it fulfills you. You don't need anything in the moment. Of course, you become hungry again, but it actually fulfills you for as long as it naturally can fulfill you. But whereas when you do all of this unnatural garbage, it never fulfills you. You feel joy for a few seconds, probably. You win some kind of stupid race. You just run for no reason and age yourself. Then you just want to win another race because it never did anything to you. A child fulfills you pretty much for your whole life. Yeah, it's not everything. You need to live completely naturally. You need everything that you naturally need, but it's a big part of it. And being nourished is, of course, something that's going to make you happy for life also, if you keep being nourished the same way, if you eat naturally. It's all for life. You're born and you die happy. That's how it's supposed to be. Whereas nowadays, we are born, we are fed terrible food, we are brainwashed not to have children, we're miserable always, we always chase something that doesn't make us happy, and then we die unhappy. What the fuck is going on with people today? And the idea of the video isn't that bad, especially the ending part, but when you don't tell people that you're supposed to chase what's natural, so to speak, just do what's natural, then they will still never become happy. Thanks for watching.